Hello, good morning, viewers, and welcome to Today on ACNN, your trusted window on trending updates, mechanism, sports, and the stories that are shaping our world today. We are going to be challenging perspective in the course of this program and also breaking every form of stereotype just to bring to you stories that are anchored on integrity, guided by truth, and viewed through the lens of faith. Good morning once more and welcome. Ahead of the 2027 presidential election, reports have it that INEC, that is the Independent National Electoral Commission, are saying that they are helpless as early campaigns continue to violate provision of the Electoral Act and rules on fairness. And also dominating our conversation of late is the controversy surrounding the 2026 budget, particularly allegation and concerns over the allocation to the presidency and religious institution. You never see the end of a whole lot that is happening in Nigeria, as well as the delay in the implementation amidst other security stories we would be bringing your way this morning. I am Godwin Ujiri, your anchor, but I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me our in-house analyst and person of.
Good morning, Godwin, this morning. I'm Boluwatife Adeboye, and it's a pleasure to be here today.
All right, thank you, Bolu. It's such a long time since I have you on set.
You are.
All right, so viewers, there you have it there, Boluwatife Adeboye, our in-house analyst, and he would be doing justice to a whole lot of issues that we are bringing to you this morning. And also we have joining us virtually all the way from Delta State, my very own brother and person of Comrade Abraham Soko. Comrade Abraham Soko is a political and sports analyst. Comrade, good morning. How is Delta State today?
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Godwin. Delta State is fine. The weather is sunny after so many days of rain. Good morning to your co-analysts, to you, Mr. Bolu. Good morning to our viewers. Happy to be here.
All right, thank you so much. And also we have joining us still virtually Dr. Israel Okudaye. Dr. Israel Okudaye is a professional Nigerian football referee. However, he would be joining us later in the show all the way from... All right, Dr. Israel, good morning. Happy to know that you are here and you've joined us live on the show. Good morning.
Good morning, Godwin. Good morning, Google. Good morning, viewers. It's good to be here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Israel. It's nice having you. How is Delta State this morning also?
It is raining, back of Abraka here. So just we're still facing the rain.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. It is indeed raining almost across the 36 states of Nigeria, most especially within the south, and southeast region. And we have joining us much later in the show our very own Dr. Idesiri Izu, who is a sports analyst. Viewers, remember you can be part of the show by calling in the number showing on your screen and also by sending in your comment via various social media platforms. But first, we'll take a look at some select newspapers headlines that came in this morning. And to kickstart, I will be looking at the front page of some select dailies, starting with the Punch newspaper. All right, the Punch this morning is leading with these very catchy headlines. There it says, ICPC team grease and battled DG inside police detention. And this is as regards the fake agency probe, and the story can be seen on page 2 of the newspaper. And then also we have some of the kickers there that says, Adeyemi squeeze for hours. Interrogation continues today. a whole lot of revelations have come out, and I wonder what exactly is being still excused for. So much to be unraveled there. And also we have our reps to question Akume, Ribadu, Fagbemi, Desu, Accountant General today. And then lastly on that kicker, we have controversial DG gets new lawyer. Atiku tackles Tinubu over phantom agency controversy. Indeed, yesterday viewers who made you know that is a lawyer in person of the human rights advocate there, Falana, just quit from that case. And from the headlines here, we now have it that he has taken for himself a new lawyer. And then the top masthead of the Punch, we have Trump hails Tinubu over anti-terror war. This story can be seen on page 7. And also on page 27, we have a police top list as ICPC uncovered 908 ghost workers. This story can be seen on page 27 there. All right, because of time, we will be looking now at the front page of the Guardian newspaper. And the Guardian is leading with this. It says 2027 presidential elections. INEC helpless as early campaigns flout Electoral Act fairness rule. And you have the heads or the faces of the titans there who would be fighting come 2027 on the ballot for most of our political parties there, which me personally do like to call political platform. And also on that same paper, we have controversy trace 2026 budget amidst Palace Church allocation delays. And this story can be seen on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And then also we have on page 5, court finds poverty keeping Nigerian prison congested. And this is coming from the NHRC. And then also we have imperial fraud. Police top list as ICPC uncovers 908 fake workers. All right, viewers, we would be moving on very quickly to the Vanguard newspaper for you this morning. And the Vanguard is leading with this. It says, Christian persecution, Trump vows to stand with Nigeria in anti-terror war. This story can be seen on page 5, and it carries these following kickers. Applauds President resolve to tackle nation's challenge. US pledge to nullify jihadist threats in Nigeria, Somalia, Syria, and others. And also we have OPHK drone kills over 20 ISWAP fighters. Chief photographer destroy logistic hub in the southern Lake Chad basin there. And then also we have on the same issue as regards the scandal, PFIPC scandal, apologize, resign now, Atiku battles Tinubu. And then also one of the kickers there, APC replies Atiku says service-wide vote, not slush fund. And then also on page 13, we have Igbo governors to fully support Tinubu in 2027. And this is coming from Uzodinma and can be seen on page 13 of that paper. And then also on page 12, we have Ubara declares membership of Wiki Rainbow Coalition there. And lastly on that, on page 9, we have, I am not a criminal, my life is in danger. And this is coming from no other but Achimogu there. All right, viewers, there you have it. As we would always encourage you, you go get yourself a copy of the newspaper and follow through with the trending stories right there that we have clearly read out to you on the front page. And right about now, we will delve into our discussion segment where we look at issues on some of the front page of the newspaper. Like I earlier introduced, I have our in-house analyst are also in the studio with me in person of Boluwatife Adeboye. And I also have Comrade Abraham Soko and Dr. Israel Okudai to do justice to all of this issue. And very much later in the show, we would be having join us Dr. Izu there, who is not holding back on his thoughts as regards the words of sport. Now, very quickly, Bolu, we would be looking at this issue 2027 presidential election. INEC helpless as early campaigns flout Electoral Act and Fairness Rule. Can it be truly said, despite we having this caption in the paper, that INEC is truly helpless?
Indeed, INEC is truly helpless because for every rules that is made, there are certainly loopholes. So these are some of the things that the political parties, the politicians, and their associates are actually pouncing on now because there are so many loopholes. You can actually see banners and posters of people. Indeed, perhaps maybe they are even vying for office, but you don't see that there are some certain words that is expected to be on some banners and posters that will make you know that this person is actually contesting and is already telling you vote so person for president, for governor, for senate, for reps 2027. But then when you look at the way it has been done tactically, because many of these persons, they have access to lawyers, they have access to proper legal opportunities or legal platforms, and they can easily be given advice on how to beat the law or to go about it. So certainly INEC is, because if someone has not come out to tell you vote for me for 2027 something, you certainly cannot go ahead, apprehend such persons and tell them you want to prosecute them because they have not said they are campaigning. APC as itself as a party has never come out. PDP has never come out. NDC, Labour Party, all of these political parties, they have never come out to say, oh, we started campaigning officially. And I remember when they were actually drawing up their timetable and timelines for their political primaries, they stated the times and days each and every one of them are going to be starting their campaign officially. So whatever it is that you are seeing now, they are helpless. INEC cannot even sue or prosecute any one of these persons in the court of law.
All right. Thank you so much, Bolu, for that insight there. Because I wanted to ask you, given the fact that INEC still remains the electoral umpire in Nigeria, could it truly be said that they are helpless? But the line of thoughts you just gave us now clearly shows that those political parties have not clearly flaunted the electoral act in any way. But this might be by the side advice and maybe overzealous supporters going out to do the needful. All right, Komisoko, I would now be coming to you. In Delta States, do we see what we see in this part of Nigeria where before the timeline for election is... Komisoko, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, thank you so much. I'm coming to you now. In Delta State, for instance, being a state in Nigeria, do we still see this attitude of, say, overzealous supporters where clearly the umpire, which is INEC, have not clearly give out an electoral timeline for campaigns to start, or you begin to see flyers, posters, and a whole lot flooding the streets, people campaigning for their so-called candidate. Could this be the helplessness that INEC have found itself at this very time?
Thank you very much, Mr. Fodway. First of all, I would want to agree with the narrative that INEC is actually helpless because if you look at the electoral law 2022 and even the one that was amended recently, there is no even stipulated penalty for early campaigns. I stand to be corrected, but from what I've read, what I know, there are no penalties. The one I know is 24 hours if you campaign within 24 hours before election period. There's usually a 500,000 fine. There's a fine for vote buying and all the other issues. But when it comes to this the early electoral campaigns, from the best of my knowledge, there are no stipulated fines. Also, I would want to go further to say, I want to agree with Mr. Bolu to say that most of these parties, most of these candidates, what they are doing is campaigning, what I would say, subtly, quietly. None of them have come out to officially say they are campaigning. And we also see their process going out to galvanize or at least set the foundation for them. For instance, recently, our own very Tombolo came to Abuja and inaugurated a committee for a door-to-door re-election of President Tinubu. There was so much fanfare and all that. Some would argue that is also part of campaigning before the stipulated time frame, which is 5 months before election. But some would argue that the president was not involved and that is not an official campaign program. So it is really dicey at this point. But I agree with the fact that I think it's actually helpless. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Comrade Soko there. And now coming to you, Dr. Israel, can you hear me? Hello, Dr. Israel Kudai, can you hear me? Are you there with us? Okay, we will definitely come back to
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, we'll definitely come back to you on that. Okay.
I can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you.
All right, thank you so much. You've had the comments of both Comrade Abraham Soko and also Boluwatife Adegboye right here in the studio as regards the helplessness of INEC. Do we just see this as a mere report, or as regards the election that we are approaching, or they are truly helpless given the position that both Soko and Bolu have taken thus far?
It's not a mere report. I think the saying that, and they clear evidence of them campaigning. What you just see is balance. And there's nobody telling you to vote for anybody. They're just coming out to do declaration. Okay, I want to support this person. They're not trying to tell you to vote for them. So I've not seen any you cannot hold anybody on saying the person is campaigning for election. Like Commission could say, that's not declare or support for, and I will not call it declaration. He said support for Ahmed. So he's not trying to campaign yet. He's just trying to say I will support him in this election. So I would try to say I agree that the INEC is helpless because they cannot do anything at this point.
All right. Thank you so much. Bolu, in 30 seconds before we move on.
All right, I think just to save INEC from this quagmire, we need to go back to our electoral law as a country, because Comrade Soko said something, and I would want us to just look at it again. He said the fines or the punishments that is attached to flouting some of this electoral law, perhaps it's because they are not as heavy as they should. Because if, for example, now, if there is there's a provision that for any kind of this subtle campaign, either by the candidates, by their supporters, or their associates, it will become an outright disqualification from the electoral process. I tell you for free. Many of these persons, their supporters, even the gimmicks that so many of them are currently doing, perhaps by associating, going to places and having conversation, many of these things are going to stop. So until we have very strong electoral punishments that comes with some of these offenses, we might still continue to see some of these things in the future. But for how long will INEC continue to become helpless? So we need to go back to our electoral law and do some certain things, or do justice some of these things.
Thank you so much, Bolo, and also a very big thank you to Comrade Soko and Dr. Israel there. And now we would be looking at a very pressing issue that is, to me, what I would say is of utmost national concern. We've been looking at this story for some weeks now, and there have been recent developments over time, and that is as regards the fictitious agency probe. And now the stage it is presently is that of an ICPC team grilling, I must say, the embattled Director General inside police detention. Now, these are stories that are of utmost concern to us as Nigerians. And now the reps are calling or are calling names for response, because they owe us that due regards to give proper explanation. And we have the likes of the reps questioning Akume, Ribado, Fagbemi, the Inspector General of Police, and then the Accountant General today. And now this same DG, after being left by his first lawyer in person of Falana there, he has now gotten himself another lawyer to defend him. Could there be truth to what he's saying? This is what we would be looking at. And now, Comrade Soko, are you there with me? I just want to ask you, because you are an ardent supporter of the Tinubu administration, and also you are an APC chieftain. This controversy that have been on the surface for so long, it seems as though it refuses to go anywhere. And with the way the whole thing is looking, it's obvious that heads would soon begin to roll. Heads will soon begin to roll, because names are being called, investigations are still ongoing. Now, what is your take in all of this? Because thus far, Nigerians would have been expecting that certain persons would have resigned their position, but yeah, back and forth, people still using government office to make defense for their own individualistic characters that have been deemed questionable even before the law. So what is your take on this?
Okay, thank you very, very much. Last time we spoke on this topic, I and Honorable Cooper, we had a clash about resigning, and you have come again about with the same narrative. You are expecting some individuals who have resigned. Now the question is, it's not about resignations. It's about getting to the truth of this matter. Because sometimes when you say resign, I read on one of the papers we read that article is asking the president to resign. Come off it. We have to get to the root of the matter. We have to like plug the leakages. What made this issue? What made this person be able to impersonate a government agency and put a fictitious agency into the national budget and be able to open an account and get these letters? We need to get to the root or cause of these issues before we talk about people resigning. Because I raised earlier that the main person that we are asking to resign, he has nothing to do with this case, apart from the fact that he was allegedly asked to have received some amount of money, which there is no proof. To go further, it is this same person, that was the chief of staff, that actually even blew the whistle on this when he got a letter from the Foreign Affairs Minister asking to confirm the agency in question. That was what led to this whole issue unraveling. So I don't think that if it was actually culpable, he would even be the one to blow the whistle on this case. Also, I want to add at this point that the letters that this guy used to open the account to get the CBN bank account actually originated, and I said it last time on the show, from the office of the secretary of the government, which is Akume. And one of the narratives said that Akume is going to be questioned by the reps. Fagbemi is going to be questioned and other persons in question. But nowhere was the chief of staff mentioned. So my own point is, I'm not against resignation, but we should get to the root cause of these issues before we now prematurely start asking people to resign. That is my point, and that is my take.
All right.
And lastly, lastly, I would want to add that the person in question, which is Adeleye, he has a very questionable character, and he has an history of impersonating agencies. He has impersonated UN in the past, and the lawyer Falana, he took this case pro bono, meaning that he was going to do it for free. But the fact that he's resigning at this point in time, probably, I'm not putting words out in the public, probably he has seen that this man is indefensible. So we should just be careful and try to get to the root cause of this before we start asking people to resign prematurely. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Comrade Abraham Sokude. All right, viewers, we want to remind you that you can be part of this show by calling in the number showing on your screen and also by sending your various comments through our various social media platform. We will do well to have you join the conversation and also read out your comments in the course of the show this morning. We would be expecting it. All right, comrade, thank you so much. I will definitely get back to you as regards to your contribution on this issue. But let me speak first to our in-house analyst, Bolu. A whole lot, I must say. Controversy surrounding both the presidency. Backstage, you said a whole lot as regards this issue. Now that you are at the front of a camera, what is your take as regards all that have transpired? And what would you say the government has done, or what would you have advised them to do better? Because 2027 election is coming, and surely this is like a space for the opposition to lend their voice as touching the integrity of those that are presently in office.
All right, thank you very much. And it's quite an interesting story because when it broke out, I took my time to actually make personal findings about the matter. And I can tell you for free that whatever it is that is happening now, sharing my view a little bit with Comrade Soko, investigations needs to be made. Now, because oftentimes when we say people should resign, resignation and all that, does resignation, does it stop the investigation? Because when we say people should resign, what we simply means is whoever it is that is responsible for this should resign. And oftentimes when we talk about resignation, it means the resignation should stop the investigation in this part of our world. And when things like that are done, when you say people should resign, resignation oftentimes, most of the times, or most times, stops investigation.
But so, just not to cut you, but just to add, in most developed climes, when there are controversies like this, people recuse themselves of the case because you cannot be a judge in your own case. You cannot use the instruments within the powers of the office you hold to form defense against yourself. So the best alternative is to first step aside and allow people to carry out proper investigation. And when at the tail end you are justified, it is now within the power of your principal to know if he or she is to bring you back into that office. Isn't that supposed to be the case in Nigeria, where people or leaders should be perceived to be servants of the people?
All right, thank you very much. Where you are actually heading to, I think I will do that part. But I want to ask you this morning, when President Donald Trump of the United States of America was being investigated, did he resign from his office?
No, he did not.
He did not. So he was there as the president. The investigation still went on.
It's a different ball game in this
investigation
case.
Is investigation. Resignation and cause should be the same.
Hold on.
So because whoever that is coming to justice, to equity must come with clean hands.
No doubt about
that. So if you are saying that in Senate
can I add something?
Soko will come to you.
So if you are asking that people should resign, if you're asking that people should resign in Nigeria, then also we should have also asked President Donald Trump to also resign when he was being investigated. But the fact remains this, like Comrade Soko said, let investigations be done. The real thing is this, right? We are already in a political season. The wrong thing has been done. A mess has been created. It has battered or added more dents to the already battered image of Nigeria on the international scene. But who are the principal persons who are actively involved in these things? For example, when it first came out, the name of the chief of staff was purely mentioned. When the legislators came into the whole thing, they discovered that, okay, yeah, at this point in time, initially, who actually accommodated this person into the budget or drafted it into the budget, you discover that the office of the Secretary General of the Federation, Senator George Akume, was the first person. So when it was under Akume, there was no whistleblowing until it came under the chief of staff. So personally, when it came out, I personally felt the chief of staff has a whole lot of things to be involved in this matter, because we are looking at a situation where someone stays in a federal secretariat. An ordinary citizen like me wouldn't have gone into the federal secretariat, secure his space, secure his slot, and do all of these things, because you are looking at criminal matters of forgery, lying, and all of those things. So let's leave it to the legislators.
Okay.
Legislators, let them do their work,
All right.
investigate, and at the right time, well, it is like I've always also said, politics itself. There is politics, there is governance, and there is policy. So at this point in time, if it is politics, it is left for them to resign or not. But for governance and for the sake of the image of Nigeria, after the whole investigation is done and concluded, then whoever that needs to be asked from office should also do so. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Bulu. A whole lot to take from that. Your comments that is really brilliant. Much more question, but we are pressed for time. Korisoko, before I come to you, Dr. Israel, which you will take the last slot after having these two persons talk. Korisoko, you wanted to say something, but now just to ask from where Bolu ended. He spoke about governance and a whole lot. I just want to know, because this is the same system that is still currently being operated by the same set of persons. How would all of this be possible with them still being in the system?
Okay, thank you very, very much. What I would want to add very, very quickly on this issue of resignation, both the chief of staff, the secretary to the government, is not part of the ICPC. The ICPC is the one doing the independent investigation at this point in time. Also, the presidency has also, the president has also inaugurated a committee to probe this issue. Both the chief of staff and the SCG and the Academic General, they are not part of this thing. So you asking them to resign on a mere allegation, I don't think that is right. Especially based on the fact that they might be innocent. Yes, you mentioned the fact that they could step aside first, then later on, if they are found to be innocent, they could come in. No, that was to say that any allegation, everybody will have to resign. For instance, you, Mr. Godwin, if somebody should make an accusation about you in the studio, you have to resign from your position as anchor. I don't think that that's the way forward for me. And also, lastly, because we are pressed for time, I would want to say, I'm not saying that government officials are not culpable in this. Just personally, I feel that the way our budget needs to be more efficient, because I read the report here, about 80 billion was budgeted for building of churches and mosques and infrastructures that regards religion, but some of these budgeted items we found in agriculture and all that. The point I'm trying to make is that our budget needs to be more efficient. If our budget is more efficient, a lot of wastages will be cut in government. This is where the government budget paradigm comes in. So I believe that we need to do better in that area. Before we want to criticize this government, I said it last week on this show, it is not something that is peculiar to us. When President Trump took over, he contacted Elon Musk and they formed the thing of what you call Department of Government Efficiency, org. That is to cut wastage, it's cut aid funds and all that government resources they are making through. So I believe that it's high time Nigeria pursue that lane and cut some of these wastages and actually independently audit our budget, because if these things are done, I don't think that a fictitious agency will find its way into our our portion. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. And lastly, on this, Dr. Israel Kudai, you have listened and to both my in-house analyst here and also Comrade Abraham Soko. In your own take, are you seeing us coming to an end of this investigation very soon? It is an independent investigation. Do you think the government in power have the wherewithal to raise its hammer on certain persons when the need arises?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Godwin. I think the investigation will not have an end. The meeting I'm very in Nigeria issues always all right. So let me join Mr. Bolu and Comrade Soko. If you say they should step aside, let me just tell you the truth. The matter will just die a natural death. They will throw away they will forget the matter and proceed. So stepping aside is not the solution at all. The person should see that if you wait when the matter is resolved. The person can, if he's found not guilty, he can continue for it up. If he's also found guilty, he should be prosecuted. But tell the person to resign first and come back again. No, they will not die the matter. Like they said, if there are many issues to this application. There are the permanent secretaries and the other those people that how come the enter the budget. It means there are so many names that they should probe and ask questions. It's high time they should ask these leaders questions. And I believe that this current administration government so I believe he has set up with his
all right. I think we are going to take it up from you there because the network is breaking and we could barely hear what you are saying. And now moving on to other national issues or national politics. I think it's small post here just to laugh it out because the issues in River State seems not to be coming to an end because it seems as though there is peace, but a whole lot of Nigerians are asking and questioning the personality of the governor and a whole lot of things happening in that state. That is a state where they can go to war, and in the midst of that war, they will still embrace themselves as a co-comrade. That's a beautiful one. We have the state governor coming to say we have made peace in River State. And I am supporting President Tinubu and Okechinda for governor of River State. This is attributed to Sim Fubara. So we'll take a quick watch of that video while we return, we delve into that conversation.
Understanding. The host community must accommodate the company. Government will also, on its own part, make everything available and even possible for you to operate smoothly. So let me assure you on behalf of the government that you have our total support and our backing to succeed in this project. For the Obiapo, let me stand on the assurance of the chairman that every other support that you also need is going to give to you. I think for a very long time, I've not stood before you people. So let me say something here. It is little of politics, who have made peace in the States. And we have a total, and I am supporting our Rainbow Party, our Rainbow Coalition. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is our president and is the one we are supporting. Okechinda is the governorship candidate that I am supporting, and anybody who believes in me will support. and every candidate that is under the rainbow. For those of you who are saying, hey, let's stay. We want to collect something before we run. There's nothing to collect. Oh. I am already in the family. I've gone back to our family. So please, wherever you are, give your total support to that coalition. We need to move forward. The time of war is over. It's time of peace. And this peace is taking us to another level. What you lose here, you gain in another place. That is about life. So please, I want this to be made clear to everybody. So don't go anywhere and say you are supporting football. No. My position is this. And I've said it here and clearly for everyone to hear. If you're not hearing well, use cotton wool or open your ear and let it enter well. I am not party to anything that will bring any form of disunity in this state. I've done what I need to do. For now, we're moving forward. Let me, on this note, thank everyone as
All right, welcome back, viewers. There you have it. I had to take a pause and take a laugh when I was reading this. For me, and I think for some ardent supporter of, do I use the word emancipation of the people of River State over time, they will be so disappointed with this kind of statement. But one that has to do with peace. Should we say truly that it is for peace? It is not for me to discuss. I have people that would do that. And I have a Bolu here to make a try comment on this. Bolu, we we both have been following up on this issue for a very long time now. And I love the fact that from the very start, you've taken a stand, knowing fully where the dynamics of Rivers politics, and then you have pointed it out right from inception that Fubara do not really have a standing in Rivers State where Wike is. The likes of myself, I clearly disagreed at that point, knowing fully where that he is speaking the will, or thinking he was speaking the mind of the Rivers State people fighting a just cause. And it just proved to me presently that this is the attitude of an average politician in Nigeria, where alignment is allowed. And now we have the new alignment, which is called the Rainbow. Is it the Rainbow Party now, or the Rainbow Alliance, or Rainbow Allegiance now? All right, Bulu, your take on this.
I think it's an interesting one. And when this matter first started in 2023, late 2023, like you rightly said, I took a stand and I said, from the look of things, see, we need to understand that there is politics, there is facts, and there is emotions. Many people were emotional to the cause of Governor Simlai Fubara that yes, Godfatherism needs to end. And I also share the same view that yes, Godfatherism needs to end.
That was strongly my own stand.
Yes, that was the stand of so many persons that Godfatherism needs to end. But we need to note one thing. In our place, they will tell you that the devil would give you a cap and will use it to collect the whole edge from your hand. When Nyesom Wike appointed or picked or decided to pitch his tent with Dr. Simlai Fubara as his gubernatorial candidate, and eventually he became the governor of Rivers State, we all were not there. There were agreements. And that was why, one of the favorite songs of the landlord of Abuja, Nyesom Wike, is Iyendeba, Iyendeba. And it means, I think either in Ikwiri or Ijo or something, it means agreements is agreement. And even as Christian, you should also be very honorable. When you have an agreement with someone, whether people agree with it or not, you were the one that You are the principal in that agreement.
Even to the
Even
detriment of the people of Rivers State.
Even to the detriment of the people of Rivers State.
Are we saying that people do not matter when it comes to politics?
Where were the people when Dr. Similai Fubara was making that agreement and pledging his allegiance and loyalty to Nyesom Wike?
So the people of Rivers State do not count in this case.
Himself, from the very first word go, there was an error from him by not taking into cognizance the interest of the people of Rivers State. Okay? Because if he had that in view, if he had that insight that, okay, the people are the real persons I'm actually coming to serve their interest, I tell you, the agreement he entered in with the former governor of Rivers State, he wouldn't have actually accepted it. So when the whole thing snowballed, became a big brawling matter on the national space, I said it because I have some few persons I actually spoke to, and they said, see, this matter goes beyond what we are seeing. We are only seeing, oh, godfatherism. When you know you are not going to be loyal to your godfather, why did you accept the GC position? Why did you accept it in the first place? And when you look at it, one of the reasons why we had to use him was because Fubara is from the riverine area. And that's why if you look at it now, the Okechinda is from the same Obiakpo local government of Rivers State that Nyesom Wike is from. Every politician, they are looking at the foresight. For us, we are still here juxtaposing about 2027. Many of these politicians are already looking at 2031.
All right.
So all of these things are, one of the rules of power is this, according to Robert Greene. Don't start any war that you cannot finish. Don't start any war.
All right.
So from the word go, this was a lost war.
Thank you so much, Bolude. Indeed, we learn every day, and especially when it comes to Nigerian politics, it needs to be studied, because I don't know if we still have astute politicians there, or we just have people who are just there for the purpose of grabbing power and running with it. This is for our viewers to make judgments of. And now we have joining us Honorable Victor Okupa. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Morning, sir. Good morning.
All right, Honorable Victor, I would be bringing you into the conversation very quickly as regards the Rainbow Coalition in Rivers State. Should this not be seen as being heartbroken to the people of Rivers State?
For me, it should not be seen as such, because when the governor stood for the people, I didn't see people standing by his reality. So, like my brother said rightly, that agreement with the man, the power that be at the federal level, even the state level, want people to stick to the agreement. What's the essence of fighting? When it is everybody even support with it. It's a good one. Make peace. Do your 4 years. Do your 4 years. Then what is next? It's not an heartbreak for the people of Rivers. I believe the people of Rivers should take it in good faith instead of having to prolong the matter and also having to distort governance and having to distort Rivers State. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Okupade. Komesoko, coming now to you in 30 seconds. What is your take?
Yeah, very quickly. I just want to address where you see people. I'm very uncomfortable with your usage of people, because the people of Rivers State are the ones that through Wike that brought Fubara to power. And there are other people that are opposing this. They would have fought tooth and nail to make sure that this arrangement did not take place. During I think in December, when Wike did his mobilization, look at him mobilized, I think, all boards of global local government. Look at the crowd of people that came and supported him and backed him. So at this point in time, I would even say that Wike Wike's faction or Wike's group, I think that they are the people reverse it. The other faction, I would say that you usually want to make sure to adjust the minority. Because when you come to Delta State, for instance, there's a political family, there's a political class. Even in my own Delta State, in Niger, there's a political class, there's a political family. In Delta State, for instance, former PDP, they will be the backbone of politics in Delta State. 25 local government, I think they asked their grant in 25 local government. So when you now come to Delta State and you now start speaking on people, I don't think that the two people, I think those people that you want to mention, they are the minority. And since 1999, they are proven to be the minority because no other group has been able to take power from PDP in Delta State. And I think that is the same peculiarity in River State. So when you speak about people, I think Wike and his people are the people of River State.
All right, thank you so much. Indeed, it now seems very clear that Wike and his people are the people of River State. But let's still remember that we all are Nigerian citizens. Dr. Israel Okudai, in 30 seconds, your comment on this.
Let me use one word. You cannot. The fact I like that the way Fubara is going to he's a double politician. He knew that Wike is like this and he agreed. Let me say something. As never contested for any position before, the answer is no. Your guy took you from somewhere to make you a leader. You want to go against the place. If you know you want to do audit your team, you will not have agreed to follow Wike. The Bible, the servant cannot be greater than his master. I say
All right, I think I will have to cut it there due to our network. Ambolu, in 30 seconds, because we're about to go on for a break.
I think, I don't know why you are trying to put me on the hot spot in 30 seconds, but then we need to actually, it's our duty to actually ensure that people are enlightened about some of these things. Comrade Soko said something, and he said that Wike was able to mobilize in December. And one thing you won't take away from politics is this. Politics itself is from the grassroots. No matter the coloring you want to actually put it. Politics itself is from the grassroots. And all of these things, at the end of the day, boils down to who calls the shots. Who was Simlai Fubara before 2023 election? And when you say, the people of Rivers, I don't think the media is actually doing appropriate justice to some of these things, because when we decide to take a particular narrative to make it a we versus them approach, I don't think it's the right way to go. So when you say the people of Rivers State, the people who voted, are they not Riverians? Is Wike from Anambra State? Is Fubara himself, is he from Sokoto State? Okechinda, is he from Jigawa State?
Thank you.
So all of these people, they are all Riverians. So we should perhaps deviate from painting a narrative of these foreigners in Rivers State.
All right, thank you so much. Our viewers, there you have it there from both our in-house analysts in person of Boluwatifa Adeboye, our comrade Abraham Soko, Dr. Israel Kudaye, and Dr. Kupa there, all bringing their perspective to bear as regards to the national issue that we are looking at. Very quickly, we'll take a short break. And while we return, we'll dive into the world of sport. So please, don't go away.
Something extraordinary is happening this July. The Diocese of Anglican Missionary Congregations Europe, under the Anglican Network in Europe, cordially invites you to the second session of the First Synod. From Friday the 24th to Sunday the 26th of July, 2026, join believers from across Europe for 3 unforgettable days of worship, fellowship, prayer, and divine direction. Our theme is, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." The synod opens on Friday at 5 o'clock in the evening with the collation of canons and archdeacons at the Cathedral Church of Restoration, Manchester. Then from Saturday morning, experience inspiring synod plenaries, the Bishop's Charge, and our glorious Thanksgiving service at the AMC Church of the Holy Spirit, St. James School Hall, Farnworth, Bolton. Come and be blessed under the ministry of the Right Reverend Dr. Gideon Chukwudalu Ilechukwu, Diocesan Bishop of Anglican Missionary Congregations, Europe. We look forward to welcoming you to Bolton 2026, where together we shall know the truth, and the truth shall set us free. For inquiries, please contact the Synod Secretary, Venerable Prince Charles Ezianochi, on +44 7424 390, Venerable Chukwuagozie Udedibia, Vicar and Host Archdeacon, 07448 047 735. We'll see you in Bolton. God bless you.
Welcome back, viewers. If you are just joining us, this is still today on ACNN, and we are right here on the sports segment, the Thursday sports segment, which is always the most exciting part of the show, where we throw light banters at each other and do a whole lot of criticism as it would have it done, or as you would have it done in the world of sports. And now looking at all that have transpired after weeks of dramas, upset, unforgettable goals, and footballing brilliance, the 2026 FIFA World Cup came to an end, I must use that word, and it has been a battle between two giants of the game, the countries Spain and Argentina, but in a final where every pass carried the weight of history, neither side could find the breakthrough in normal time. Argentina fought with courage, experience, and determination to retain the crown. Spain, however, dominated the possession and continued to knock on the door. And finally, in extra time, the breakthrough came. Ferran Torres stepped up in the 160th minute to fire Spain into the lead, a goal that would ultimately write a new chapter in the World Cup history. Argentina, however, pushed desperately, I say desperately, for a response, but Spain had fame. The final whistle sounded, and Spain are now the champions once more. A 1-0 win over Argentina has earned the La Rojas their second FIFA World Cup title, while the Argentina dream of a back-to-back World Cup triumph came to an end. For Lionel Messi and Argentina, it is a heartbreak. And for Spain, it is glory from the opening whistle to the final celebration. Spain showed composure, control, and the mentality of champions. Welcome to the sports segment, and I believe all that I have highlighted, my guests, both right here in the studio and also my virtual guests, would agree with all of that. And now I have joining me virtually Comrade Abraham Soko, who is not just a political analyst whom you've seen on your screen, but also a sports analyst. Comrade, welcome to the sports segment. All right. Also joining us, we have Dr. Israel Kudayo, who happens to be a professional referee. I will be giving us all of his analysis on the issue. And also I have Dr. Cooper there, who would also be giving us his own analysis as regards all that have transpired in the World Cup. And also right here in the studio, I have my very own. All right, I have my very own Boluwatife Adeboye, who is an in-house analyst. Gentlemen, you are welcome to Sports, where everything is being brought to light as regards to all the happenings. And now, very quickly, we will be looking at the Punch Sport Extra that came in this morning, and I would just be taking a few stories where I would dive into a major conversation, and then you have it boldly captured in the Sports Punch Extra. Let the game begins. And this story can be seen on page 6. Nigeria chases Commonwealth Games record in Glasgow. And also we have Osime, world-class striker. All of this story can be seen on page 6. And also we have Falcons await promise WAFCON legs. And then we have NCAF doubles WAFCON winner prize. There is indeed a good development there. And then also on page 4 we have Rashford attracts Tottenham, Arsenal and Chelsea. And then in the world of Boxing Day, we have Joshua set target for Fury ahead of return. A whole lot to be looked into this morning. And there you have it, viewers, on the front page of the Punch Sports Extra. And now very quickly, we will be diving into the conversation thus far. Comrade Abraham Soko, I will be starting with you, and I will be starting with a very important conversation, which is I would need to get your review as regards to the World Cup final and also the third place matches.
Okay, I will start with the third place match. I would say that that match is one of the popular match I've seen for a very long time, and they actually scored 10 goals in that particular match, and from start to finish it was a blockbuster. It was really good. I would want to just point out the tactics of coach Thomas Tuchel. He was usually criticized in his match against Argentina that he deployed a defensive approach, and when that was ratified, it showed in that particular game. Maybe it was because he had nothing to play for, so he just carefree about the game, and it reflected in the game, and they were able to a spectacular game in the team of France in France. On the final itself, I'm very in the final. I know the Kuba will not be me. I am very, very pleased, and I got the result that I actually wanted. And to be honest, it was actually a demolition of the Argentinian team. It was one-sided. In 90 minutes, they did not even have a goal. They shot on goal. I'm not talking on target now, but they did not have a shot on goal. The only two shots that they had came in extra time. So it was a complete revelation. This is not my view. This is not the view I want to say. This is not my view. But it's the view of a lot of pundits, a lot of football fans that Argentina actually deserves to lose that particular match because of their antecedents, because of the feel that the tournament as the referees officiating have been in their favor. So the goodwill of a lot of football fans left them. They actually doing a job of Messi. They are dancing the Argentinian team as villains. And to be honest, they actually played the position of villains because even after the match, we saw how they were attacking Spanish football players, and they were all losers. So they did not actually show the sportsmanship that is actually needed in the game. So I think that it was really a disappointing outing for the Argentina national team. Lastly, I would want to say that I wouldn't want to be caught in that debate. The two of them, they are against their peak, and in as much as we want to say who is your goal, who is your personal goal, who is the goal, who is not the goal, I would say that both of them deserve to be respected. And if Messi should decide to retire right now, I think he has done his bit. he has positioned himself as one of the greatest footballer that soccer has ever seen. So I will end with thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Comrade Abraham Soko there. And now, coming to you, Honorable Cooper, you have had the analysis of Comrade Abraham Soko. What is your take as regards the third place match and also the finals?
Thank you very much for the third place match. Congratulations to Nancy. I want to say congratulations to every country that participated in the World Cup. The World Cup is the biggest stage of the world. So everything amazing. To France, they had a very, very fantastic campaign in 2026 World Cup, and England, the third place match, has played them. And in the first half, I've seen a different result. France did better. 2026 World Cup have a lot of controversies for officiating. I will not say the politics, but for officiating. That has made some persons, like my friend Comrade Soko, to speak in line with other pundits, say that Argentina does not deserve to be the final or does not deserve to lose. The only game Argentina deserve to lose is the one that they lost. Because in the World Cup final, Argentina did not play. It did nothing, absolutely nothing. I was praying and hoping that Spain wins that match at the extra time so that it does not get to penalty. Because if Argentina mistakenly won that match through penalty, it would play a very big disgrace to football. So I will say congratulations to Spain, the reigning world champion. And also, I want to say quickly that the Golden Ball Award was rigged, was robbed. Messi was robbed, because Messi has one of the best performers of 2026 World Cup. And I hope that Ballon d'Or 2026, Messi will win it, because they have shown that he's the greatest player that have ever played the leather game. Thank you very much. And God keep blessing Messi, keep Messi strength to continue the 2030 World Cup. So if Messi retire now, you don't have any other person to watch. Thank you very much.
All right. I think a whole lot of football pundits or sport pundits will not agree. All right, go ahead, Dr. Israel.
Comrade Cooper, nobody wronged you, please. The match was officiated very well.
Golden ball. I said the golden ball. Messi was robbed on the golden ball.
What makes Messi better than Rodri that won the golden? Did you see what he did? See, it's no peace for the beginning. And then they got their fair share.
You are a professional. What do you want to do? First match, he disappeared. Second match, he disappeared. How many man of the match did you win?
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen. I tell you, viewers, it's a whole lot of banters when it comes to the sports segment on today on ACNN. And there you have it, with my two veteran guests coming at each other. Who is the GOAT here? Could there be said to be supporters of both, not just the Argentine team, but Messi and Ronaldo? Are we having that conversation on the show this morning? But let's leave it there and bring in Bolu. Bolu, the issue as regards to who won the Golden Ball. It was given to France, Kylian Mbappe, if you rightly said, because he scored more. Golden Boot, I beg your pardon. He scored more goals compared to any other player in the tournament. I know FIFA is right as regards to their choice. But the fact that the likes of, say, Messi did not leave that tournament with a single personal record or personal award, does this not speak of his goatship?
I don't think whatever that happened at this last World Cup, I don't think it has anything to do with the image and the status of either of Messi or Ronaldo at this point in time. They've made their mark, they've played the leather game, and they are known for it. So whatever the outcome is, because biases aside, each and every one of us that watches football, we all have our biases, and don't expect FIFA to do otherwise. This is what everyone can see. And moreover, some of these categories are actually open to voting, where you have sport analysts, journalists, pundits, photographers, and even some football players who are actually also making their input. So we can't really say that FIFA has not done well. FIFA has actually done well, because it should have been another broad daylight trouble if it has been otherwise.
All right. Thank you so much, Boluwatifa Adeboyede. And now, Dr. Israel, coming to you without any form of banter on Honorable Cooper Day. And I want to ask you, what is your assessment as regards to the attendance, the refereeing, and the politics that have bedeviled our football in recent time?
Yes, for attendance, the World Cup was attended very well. And some days ago, I saw the FIFA president saying they made a lot of money, around $15 billion, I think. So the attendance was good. For the officiation and the appointment of referees for this year's World Cup, I will score them a 60% for their performance. They did very well, except for a few matches. Like that, some people will not say they don't understand it, or they cannot interpret officiation. The referee officiates a match according to the laws of the game and according to the spirit of the game. In the final match, the beginning of the match, it was looking at the rating. The referee was trying to balance the game so that issues will not come, and it opened up the game. So if it does not go to your favor, you don't say the referee has done well. Because often the referee that always makes you favor the team and other things. If I will say in this football, I give them kudos and 60%. Then for the entirety of football and integrity, it is deteriorating, because I saw an incident, an issue of that red card given to that US player. The incident that referee not allowed to officiate. So many things that occurred. I think if those issues are addressed in the future, people will lose confidence in FIFA. Even for the commission, they are those rules and the tournament. I think FIFA has done well. I cannot see anybody that is picking up that position. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Comrade Soko, I now want to ask you, thus far, I think the best of the African champions would be said to be the Moroccan team. But for me, my personal African best would be the Cape Verde team, who outshine themselves, a small island nation doing so much and challenging the country who now became the world champion. Because if that game was to go sideways, Spain wouldn't have had that chance, because the likes of Cape Verde held them to all chances there. Now, my question to you is, what would be your assessment of the performance of our African representative for this World Cup?
Thank you very, very much. I will start by saying that it is really a sad one that Nigeria was not able to be part of the contingent of African teams that made the World Cup, because I want to actually give the African contingent a very sterling review. Very, very well. As you mentioned, the Cape Verde team, they were able to pull up with shocker against Argentina, even if they didn't actually win that particular game. World was rust to it. In fact, the bet became known to be more in favor. So I would say that almost all the African teams did us proud. We saw Egypt also challenging, taking them to the limit. So it was a good outing. Morocco fell to the best team, one of the best teams in the world, France. So it was a good outing for African teams. I just want to add that they actually need to improve when it comes to tactics, because if you look at their matches, or most of them, they fell through at the last minute. Argentina, Egypt had to go lead, and they fell through. Cape at the point in time, they had Argentina at the edge. They also fell through. So we also need to do better tactical wise. But on the overall, I think it was a good outing. On the overall tournament, I think US, despite the controversy, I know when the tournament started, Mr. Godwin was trying to get there and all that. But I would want to stick with Mr. Godwin at this point in time and say that USA gave us a spectacular show. There was no security. This event was security wise. So, and I think Kudayi made mention of the record crowd. And the only problem I had with the World Cup, I think with your 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, you cannot get a ticket. Yes, for most of the matches was 10,000 and above. So I think this is a contrast to the last tournament in Qatar, where you get a World Cup ticket for $500 and $1,000. So we really need to FIFA to do better in that regard. So that is my only pushback for the tournament, for the World Cup. Apart from that, it was a spectacular tournament.
All right. Thank you so much, Comrade Soko. But still sticking with you before I go to Honorable Cooper there. FIFA have released the best 12 for the World Cup. In your own assessment, who do you think is not qualified to be in that list?
Okay, yeah, thank you very, very much. I actually saw it before now, and I said that it was. I think there's no controversy here. Let me put it that way. I know Cooper was talking about the controversy of Rodri winning the Golden Ball. He's supposed to be Messi, which I also disagree with. But on this FIFA theme of the tournament, I think there is no controversy. Cucurella performed spectacularly well. Martinez was the beast for Argentina. Poro was also spectacular. Olise, Bellingham was one of the best players in the tournament. Alan will also what he did. So I think there's no controversy. What we can usually, I think, what Mr. Bolo, Mr. Kudayi, and maybe his players that are supposed to be here that are not here, and that's what we want to argue maybe the Hurricane and all that. But for this team, I'm saying I think it's a controversial thing.
Okay.
It's all of them that the place. Thank you.
Do you have a word for the last man there, which is a goalkeeper?
Okay, the goalkeeper. Oh, it's our own very own. I think that was that. If you go by that, I think that's an emotional placement. I didn't see it. I don't think that guy is happening. Yes, he performed heroics against Spain and against the Argentina. But I think going by the overall tournament, I think the goalkeeper of Spain, I think it deserves more to be there, because I think he won the golden glove. He conceded less. I don't think they scored Spain more than 3 goals in the entire tournament. So I think Diego Costa served that spot.
All right. Thank you so much. Honorable Cooper, are you there? Do you share the same sentiments with Comrade Soko as regards this?
No. I share 50% of. I agree to 50% of what he said. The World Cup was very, very spectacular, But we're all human beings. We are not perfect people. So also, as the referee, the organizing bodies, players that overreacted, and the rest.
All right, it seems that our network have taken him off air. And now to you.
It's fair.
Okay. Go ahead, I think we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
The Golden Ball award is set. Then I think that the first 11, the FIFA first 11, the Spanish keeper should be there too. No, the Spanish keeper should be there, not the Cameroon keeper, because then you didn't work with staff. You work with staff to give Golden Ball, but you work with staff to pick the best keeper of the tournament. To pick the first 11 of the tournament. Sorry. So there's a lot of human errors, that we cannot avoid. We're all human beings. Apart from that, I enjoyed the World Cup, and it was one of the best World Cup I've enjoyed. So that's all I can say.
All right, thank you so much. And now, Dr. Israel, your take. Do you share same sentiments with Comrade Soko as regards that?
For me, the keeper deserves.
Sorry, I've joined.
That's please.
Okay. I think.
Because he can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Because he made a lot of saves and conceded late. The way he managed to beat him, he did a lot of saves. I don't really agree with the fact that because the Spanish keeper took the game, it should be named among the best of tournament. I think they watched the saves and they watched the numbers of goals, of course. That's how they share. They support the world keeper as well. It's great. Everybody's got that place.
All right, thank you so much. And now, gentlemen, we have joining us that very person that doesn't hold back when it comes to dishing out his comments. Please help me make welcome Dr. Idesiri Izo. Doctor, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, my brother. Good morning, Nigerians. My co-guests, apologies for joining late. I had a crucial meeting. I'm talking to you from Asaba. Wow. So I had a crucial meeting that kept me this time. I apologize for my tardiness.
All right, thank you so much. We are waiting for you right here now. Here you are. What is your assessment of the World Cup thus far? And also looking at the best 12 that FIFA have brought out. Do you agree with that pick? And also, what is your assessment of the officiating and the attendance and all of this? In 2 minutes, just give us your assessment.
Okay. So, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Overall, I think it was a successful tournament, particularly because a lot of people did not expect. In US, they call it soccer. It's not very, it's not their major sport. You have more football, basketball, what they call American football, basketball, and other things. So, and then with the cost of tickets, the prices, a lot of people were thinking it will flop because of the very expensive prices. But interestingly, all the tickets were sold out. But the Mexico had the best attendance. In terms of attendance, it was very successful. Also, in terms of general quality of play, it was quite good. We saw that for some reason the field now was equal. There were no sure wins again. We are not sure that we beat this. Look at England. England could not beat Ghana. They could not even score. They could not even score the eventual winners. So it made the level, it was like almost a level playing field. However, there were gaps in refereeing. There were some inconsistencies, like that made everybody start suspecting FIFA and Argentina they are married. That Argentina had the highest number of fouls, yet they were not getting so many cards. Even VAR or no VAR against Argentina throughout the tournament. So there are some statistical anomalies that this thing is not looking very, very normal. Right from the first game, the fist stamped on somebody's leg, they didn't blow, didn't give any card. Even in the final, when somebody almost amputated the Spanish midfielder near the center line, he didn't also give any card. Even after the final, when Argentina was trying to turn the football field to the WWE ring, they were beating us Spain. Initially we were thinking
All right, I think we have lost him there. Why we trust that he joins back in to give us his own assessment, which he's already doing. I need to come now to Comrade
Are you
Abraham.
getting me?
Yes, I can. Please go ahead with your thoughts.
I was hearing you now. So I said, the issue of FIFA politicking, you can also see what happened with the Larry Balogun issue, where just like in Nigeria, where the boss can just call and everything happens, everything just fades away. Where Trump just called the FIFA president and suddenly Balogun was allowed to play. And you can see that those are the issues that the UEFA are now ganging up contest against Gianni Infantino at the next FIFA election. So overall, I will give the tournament a B. It would have been A, but for this questionable officiating and particularly towards Argentina and a few others. But finally, for the team of the tournament that you said, it cannot be perfect. There will always be some, outliers here and there. I completely agree with almost every other selection, except two, which is number one, the goalkeeper. It does not make sense that your Golden Glove winner did not make your best 11. That is like saying the best student in the country did not emerge as the best student in the state. How? So somebody gets the best highest score in jump, and then you say, okay, top 10 most brilliant student, Adam, but 9 get highest in jump. So having kept 6 clean sheets or 7 clean out of 8 games, it is only Tapuchi and won the Golden Glove. He should be the goalkeeper. Secondly, don't forget that the Cape Verde keeper not cross the round of 32. And usually under FIFA guidelines, it's only from quarterfinal and above that are eligible to enter the FIFA 11. So yes, I agree the Cape Verde goalkeeper got a very good showing at the tournament. Very good, very impressive story. But in view of the fact that they've given the Spain goalkeeper of the tournament, the Golden Glove, it's automatic that it should be the goalkeeper in the 11. Same thing with Paul Kubasi. You gave him the young player of the tournament. Somehow, the young player of the tournament is not featured in the best 11. So I think those two areas are where I really may have major issues with. I don't think Lisandro Martinez would have made that team ahead of Paul Kubasi. After all, Lisandro Martinez on the additional defender was collecting goals. Arsenal kept only 2 clean sheets, if I recall, against Algeria. And I think only against Algeria that they didn't concede any goal at all. Compared with Spain that only conceded 1 goal through the entire tournament. And then you see that their central defense is missing complete. So in fact, in the entire defense.
All right. I don't want to believe that network have taken him out again. Doctor, can you hear us? All right, it's obvious. When you come back, we would take you on your assessment as regards one of the last issue there. And now coming to you, Comrade Abraham Soko, I just want to ask, what would be your assessment as regards the Commonwealth Games, your preview of the Commonwealth Games that is coming? Do you think that Nigeria is prepared to go clinch trophies and medals as regards this game?
Thank you very much. What I would want to say at this point in time, the Commonwealth game is going to be opening today, I think, in Glasgow, United Kingdom. I would want to say that I just hope, I pray that our federation give them the utmost support, because over the years, I think Nigeria, we have the talent, we have because what is really lacking is the support. We don't want a situation where we want to compete in the tournament, in a particular game, and they will say we don't have the right equipment. I think that has to be us right now. So I don't want anything that will bring tribute to our dear country. So I think I just hope and pray and appeal to the federation to put their house in order. Barring that, I wish our team the best of luck in the Commonwealth Games. Thank you very much, Mr. Bobby.
All right, thank you so much. Indeed, we wish our team the best of luck in the Commonwealth game. Dr. Israel, Commonwealth is starting or kicking off today. Are you seeing Nigeria? Do you think that the Federation have put in the right mechanism to ensure that our contingent come back with the right medals for us?
Yeah, I might not know, but I believe that the sporting officers of federation, the NFF will do well to put some things in place. I wish them well. Like Comrade Soko said, in the past we have been having a series of issues, but I believe this time. Last week we were talking about budget, wanting budget about I think it was sports budget, something like that. Talking about last week, and I think those allocations for these programs were added in the budget sent by the sports minister for these programs. So I believe if they give them good, if they attend very well, it could. I see them bringing some medals back to the country.
All right, thank you so much. Honorable Cooper, Commonwealth Games, and I will take that as your last word for the show. Okay, it seems as though we have lost him there. And then we would soon be drawing the curtain on today's show, but I still have my in-house guests, in person, in-house analyst, I beg your pardon, in person of Boluwatife Adeboye, who have sat down quietly to watch other analysts speak on issues as regards to sport. But he has contributed a whole lot when it comes to politics and a bit as regards the World Cup. Bolu, Commonwealth Games is a game where Nigerians who happens to be too having colonized by our colonial masters, say the Britain, are all tied to play. Do you see us wielding the right strengths, or for lack of better words, to come out with medals, given our antecedents over the past, either in track and field, either in field events, and whichever competition or games that we would be contesting come this Commonwealth Games?
All right, thank you very much. Generally, Nigerians don't really pay attention to so many other sports, especially when it has to do with individual sports. So many of the sports that we pay attention to as a country are football and basketball and every other sports we really don't pay attention to, because many of these other sports they are mostly individual sports that the athletes themselves oftentimes they get themselves trained, and as such really do pay attention to them. But then I trust that with our resilience, someone said sometimes ago that Nigeria as a country, we may not really be able to go far, but as individuals we can break any limits. So, because if you look at it, for example, this other lady, track and field, the queen of track and field event, Amoshon, right there, she has broken so many barriers. She has broken the limits. We also remember when we had the likes of Blessing or Cadbury. So we are only banking on the individual brilliance of some of these our sportsmen and women to be able to give us a reasonable Commonwealth.
All right.
Outing. Right.
Thank you so much. I truly, I quite agree with your assertion there, because so much cannot be said of us as a federating team or as a federating unit. But to a large extent, individual brilliance have spoken well for us. Dr. Izu, I learned your back. Assessment as regards the Commonwealth Games that is to start today. Do you think Nigeria has the wherewithal, given our antecedents over time? Bolu just spoke about individual brilliance as against team performance and the rest. Are you seeing us clinching major trophies back home as the tournament kickstarts?
Historically, I believe you can hear me. Historically, Nigeria performed well in the All Africa Games and the Commonwealth Games. All Africa Games, countries in Africa, and then Commonwealth Games are usually for countries that were colonized by Britain. So it's not against the whole world, so our chances are usually better. So in keeping with that tradition, I expect us to get some medals. I don't know. You were using the word earlier when you were asking somebody on the show that right method. I don't know what you mean by right method. Not go first get method before determine right.
I was actually talking of the gold because we are all looking towards a gold medal.
Oh man, get medal first before you talk of the gold. First. When you got to the medal, you can say, okay, fine, may God help us, let's get some more. But I know that usually in athletics, usually in weightlifting, we have those potential to win. And with Christian channels like ACNNTV, backing them up with the fervent prayers, fasting, and God can turn those medals to the bright medals for us.
All right.
We'll come back with medals, including a couple of gold and other colors. But I foresee us doing well in athletics, in what we call weightlifting and some other individual sports. It's not a shame to rely on individual brilliance. If you just can do, at least do it. So let's just pray for the best for them. We wish them well as a country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Izude. Indeed, we wish them well, the Nigerian contingent that will be representing our great nation. We wish you well. And as regards the right medal, that is my own personal perception. I'm only saying you go, when you're going for medal, you go get the gold. So that when you are looking out, you fall for sale, the silver, not even the bronze. But whichever medal you are coming back with as Nigerians, we would truly appreciate you. And on this note, I want to thank most sincerely all of my wonderful guests. You guys are the best. You've made this show worth it from the very start, where we discussed and spoke about a whole lot that has to do with Nigerian politics down to sport. And when I call, I mean the in person of our comrade Abraham Soko there, who has given us in-depth analysis on both national issues and also on sport. And also, Dr. Israel Kudai, thank you so much for being there to give us your assessment on all of the issues. Honorable Cooper, we see you, we hear you, your comments are all trending on our space. And also, Dr. Izu, thank you. Desiree Izu, thank you so much. The brave moment you spent with us was worth it. We want to say thank you. And also to my very best in-house analyst in person of Boluwatife Deboye, thank you for spending your time with me on set this morning and making today on ACNN lively. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
All right, viewers, there you have it. This would be the size of our package on today's show, the ACNN sports segment and also the political segment that we have all done. Thank you for staying tuned. And also, we want you to remember that you can get more of our programs via various social media platforms and also by staying tuned to this station. So we'll come your way again with other interesting topics, same time, same station tomorrow. You have yourself a great day ahead. However, we're not just leaving you. We would be leaving you with the weather updates. You know, it's easy wet season for us in Nigeria. So please don't go out, don't leave the space after now, because you would also be taking a Bible reading in Pidgin. All of this will be coming your way. Stay tuned, stay relaxed, and enjoy. I am Gordon Ujiri, and bye for now.
Good day and welcome to ACNN Global Weather Forecast, your reliable source for trusted weather updates from around the globe. I'm your presenter, bringing you the weather outlook for Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. Beginning with Africa, active monsoon conditions continue to dominate much of West and Central Africa, bringing widespread cloud cover, moderate to heavy rainfall, and frequent thunderstorms. Across North Africa, clear skies and intense sunshine continue. East Africa will experience scattered afternoon showers, while Southern Africa remains generally cool and dry under stable winter conditions. Across Europe, pleasant summer weather continues over Southern Europe with long hours of sunshine. Central Europe will experience partly cloudy skies and isolated afternoon thunderstorms, while Northern Europe remains cooler with occasional showers and fresh winds. Moving to Asia, the southwest monsoon remains active across South and Southeast Asia, producing widespread rainfall, thunderstorms, and high humidity. East Asia continues with cloudy skies and intermittent showers, while Western Asia and the Middle East remain very hot, dry, and mostly sunny. Across North America, warm summer conditions continue. Scattered thunderstorms are expected across the Central Plains and eastern regions, while the western states remain mostly dry and sunny. In South America, tropical rainfall continues across the Amazon basin, while southern regions experience cooler temperatures and relatively settled weather. Across Australia and Oceania, winter weather remains stable. Southern coastal areas may experience isolated showers, while inland communities enjoy mostly dry conditions. Turning to Nigeria, we are tracking widespread rainfall and thunderstorm activity across the geopolitical zones. Major cities including Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Kano will see significant weather shifts with high humidity and varied temperature values. Enugu, Maiduguri, Ibadan, Jos, Calabar, and Benin City should also prepare for afternoon developments and gusty wind conditions. That's today's ACNN Global Weather Forecast. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay prepared, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday.
Our Bible reading for today now from Acts chapter 4. I will go begin our reading from verse 8 to the end. This is the letter when Evangelist Luke writes to Theophilus. He said, Peter, when the Holy Spirit they use well, come answer. Our rulers and elders. Now, because of the good when we do for this person, when not well. Now, he make una the question us today, say, how this man take well? My people and the oga them for Israel, make una know, say, Jesus Christ will come from Nazareth, the person when una kill and God raised him from death. Now, he make this man when una they see so well. This Jesus Christ, the good stone when una throw away, God don't make him the main pillar when they the whole house. And na in power God they use save people. Because for the whole world, you not get any other name when get power to save people like Jesus Christ own. The oga they surprised when they see how Peter and John take talk even though they not go school. So they come know say this na the people where don't follow Jesus Christ waka. As they see say the man when God he stand here with Peter and John, they not fit deny wetin happen. So then say make Peter and John come up for where them dey. Then they begin ask each other, what do we go do about these people? Because everybody when they for Jerusalem don't know say na big miracle. Na God use them do so, and we not fit deny am. But make the matter no for continue, they spread among the people. Make we warn them, make them not talk about this name again. So they call them, go inside, come warn them. Make them not talk or teach about Jesus Christ's name again. But Peter and John answer, make una judge waiting good pass for this matter. Me will obey ona, or me will obey God. Because we not go fit say make we not talk about waiting we don't see and hear. After them warn Peter and John well, the Jew people can't leave them, make them they go. As they not fit punish them for the people front, because them gathered they praise God for waiting happen so. The man will receive this big miracle, don't pass 40 years. As they free them, Peter and John go meet their people, come tell them everything where the high priest and the elders talk. When they hear waiting happen, they come pray to God, say, God, when they for heaven, you will make heaven, earth, the sea, and everything when they inside them. Your spirit talk through your servant David. Our grandpapa say, wetin they make people when they worship juju, they make noise.
Wetin dey make dem plan bad things? All the kings wey dey the world stand and rulers gather together against Jehovah and the person wey he choose. True, Herod, Pontius Pilate, Israel people, and those wey no be Jew no come gather for the town against Jesus Christ, your holy servant wey you choose, and dem dey do wetin you don already plan say go happen. Baba God, make you see how dem dey threa ten us. We wey be your servants, make you give us power to take preach your word. And anytime when we call your holy pikin Jesus Christ name, make you heal people and do many wonderful miracles. When they pray finish, the place where dem gather put come dey shake. The Holy Spirit enter all of them and they come dey preach God word with power. How the early believers stay together, all the people wey believe Jesus Christ come dey do things together with one mind, and nobody say he go use wetin he get for himself alone. So they come dey share their property together. With God power, the apostles come dey bear witness say Jesus Christ wake up from death, and God favor come dey show for their life well. Nobody among them suffer, because the rich people among them wey get land and house, they sell their property and bring the money wey dem sell, come give the apostles make dem keep am, so that dem go give am to anybody to take buy wetin he want. So Joseph wey come from Levi tribe, and when the apostles dey call Barnabas, wey mean person when dey encourage people, and his hometown na Cyprus, sell one land when he get, come give the money to the apostle make everybody use. This na the letter when evangelist Luke write to Theophilus.